What's going on, guys? Michigander Man Rob here today. Sorry I haven't been making videos lately, but I've had some family issues, life things going on that prevented me from making videos, but all is good and I'm back. So I thought today that do something a little different. I thought today that I would show you guys my old neighborhood that I grew up in as a kid. I was born and raised in the West Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan area, but for 12 years I lived in one of the oldest neighborhoods in Grand Rapids. It's the Roosevelt Park District, but we known it as Grandville Avenue. So I thought that we would take a look and I would show you guys my old neighborhood. See you guys in a minute. This right here, guys, is the Heckman Biscuit Company. Now, way back in the 1800s, the late 1800s, Edsel Heckman immigrated from the Netherlands to the Michigan area to start a new life with his family. And he was a furniture maker, but his pastime was baking. So when he came here, he decided to make a little bit of money. He would sell baked goods like cookies and everything. He started off having a cart and a horse, and he would go around selling cookies and stuff to neighbors, to whoever he possibly could, to make a little bit of money. And he saved up all of his money that he could, basically, and after saving so much, took out a loan, and eventually he was able to build this building right here, which was built in 1912. So it's well over 100 years old, and made a big business out of the Heckman Biscuit Company, which eventually became the Keebler Company, which ended up on 28th Street in Wyoming, Michigan. And after that, now it is owned by the Kellogg Company. And now Heckman, like I said, he was a furniture maker, so his family now owns and operates the Heckman Furniture Company. But this is one of the biggest businesses that was in Grand Rapids, in the Grandville area, Grandville Avenue area. This is one of the big businesses that was here, and it like I said, is the Heckman Biscuit Company. And now they've refurbished this whole building, and part of it right here is the Spectrum Health, which the entrance right there to Spectrum Health used to be the entrance where the trucks would go in and unload their load right there. And as a kid, I used to stand right here, right where this big window is right there. The guys walking past there, that was the original entrance right there. As a kid, I stood there and waited for the bus to go to school right there. And my old street is right here, right where this old building is, right next to Heckman Biscuit Company, and I will definitely be showing you guys that in a few minutes. This here, guys, used to be the Bethel Christian Reformed Church, and it was built in 1914. Now they call it the Edge. It says in memory of Elizabeth L. Morrissey, erected June 1919 by the community in recognition of long and faithful service as principal of Hall School. This was in the original, front of the original Hall School number 1. I went to Hall School number 2. And the original Hall School used to stand right here, along with my school, Hall School number 2. The original Hall School was built in the 1800s, but it stood right in this spot and my old school stood right here. This is where I went to elementary school at. Not this school, but Hall School. This is Cesar Chavez Elementary now. This here is engine house number 12. It was built in the 1800s, and now it is the Hispanic Center of West Michigan. And way back in the 1800s, that's where the horses and the carriages, the horses and carriages would be right there. But now it serves as the Hispanic Center in Grand Rapids. But it was built in the 1800s. Check out this beautiful mural, guys. One of the cool murals that's in the Grandville Avenue area that I'm going to show you guys. This here, guys, is the Rumsey building. It was built in 1909, and this took a lot to restore, but they fully restored this about 5-6 years ago. This whole building was fully restored to the way it looks today, and now there's a coffee shop and a tattoo shop that's sits in the Rumsey building. The Rumsey building. It's one of the most beautiful buildings on Grandville Avenue that was fully restored and saved, because they were going to tear this building down, but they saved it. And there's some other cool buildings down here. But this building's very beautiful. This old general store that's been fully restored right down here, guys. Check this out. Now that's pretty cool. That is an original general store that's been fully restored. One of the other cool murals that's on Grandville Avenue. This whole mural goes around the whole building. It's got some spectacular artwork on this building. This building is really cool. Great detail in this artwork that's on here. It just goes all the way around. Just goes all the way around this whole building. Check this mirror out here, guys. Wow. And as you can see, we are not, my old neighborhood is not too far from downtown Grand Rapids. Here's another beautiful mural, guys. Painted on the side of a business. Wow. This is cool. It's all the way up and around there. This beautiful building here is Horseshoe Tavern, and it was built in 1891. This here, guys, is engine house number 6. This is one of the oldest engine houses in Grand Rapids. And it's also in my old neighborhood on Grandville Avenue. They kept everything original. It is now a refurbished law office. They use this as a law office building now. It's all kept original, the way it was way back in the 1800s. Down to the original doors and the original brick, everything is original. The windows, everything. This here, guys, is the street that I grew up on, Cope Street in Grandville Avenue, Michigan. And a lot of my family on my mom's side lived on this street at one point or another. We lived in this blue house for a short time when I was a kid, right here. These houses here had family members that lived in these houses, aunts and uncles and cousins. An aunt that lived downstairs in this house here, cousin that lived upstairs, and vice versa. A lot of family lived right in that house. I had family lived in this house here. And this house here is the one I lived at until I was 12 years old and we moved in 1982. But this house right there with the porch that I'm coming up to, that was my childhood home right here. My mom, she grew up in this house right here. She lived here when she was a kid. And that is my mom's house. And my cousins lived in this house also. And I had family that lived, aunts and uncles and cousins who lived in this house. Like I said, my whole family on my mom's side grew up on this street. And when we were kids, this was not here. This used to be a field that me and my cousins would play in. And right where that building is, behind it was a old laundromat, which no longer exists. But this right here was a field that we played in as kids. And I had friends that lived in this old store up on top. I think that used to be an old store way back in the day. And right here is the Heckman Biscuit Company. And I grew up right on the street next to it. And we'd always see the trucks and stuff pulling up right here on the side and unloading. They had an unloading spot right here where these windows are, where they would unload their vehicles. And it's not a very big street that we lived on. It was very tiny. But yeah, half of my family lived on this street right here. And you can see way off in the distance right there, right next to that white building, where the cars are. If you can see that used to be a Texaco. And next to that is a house that my uncle lived in. And believe it or not, guys, this looks like an ordinary road right here, but it isn't. This is a very old, historic bridge right here. For 3 years, this bridge carried the interurban railway through here. There used to be train tracks that came along through this whole area that separated Chicago Drive, which is over there, from Grandville Avenue. And the interurban railway system came right through this way. This is on the National Register of Historic Places also, this bridge. And right here is a little placard. It's the Trunk Line Bridge, number 58, built in 1916. Built by State Highway Department, Kent County Road Commission, Grand Rapids Railway Company. So it was built in 1916, and from 1916 till 1919, the railway system came through here. But this is a historic bridge. It's really awesome. Hard to believe that some people that wouldn't even know this was a historic bridge. A lot of people wouldn't care. But this is a very old bridge. And it's on the National Register of Historic Places. And this building here, guys, is the JSD London building, which was built in 1912. And Jergens and Hallwater used to be in here. And now it's the home of the M&M Bakery. this here is where Moeller Shoes used to stand. Used to be. It was an original shoe store, and they've used this building for a bunch of different things now. But this was the original Moeller Shoes, and this building is well over 100 years old. A very historic building on Grandville Avenue. Right across the street from the original Calvinator building. Calvinators used to be here, and that was one of the biggest factories in Wyoming. And they made the refrigerators and stuff and such. And that business is no longer in existence. They demolished it, but it was one of the largest factories in Wyoming. And in the 1940s, when World War II was going on, they made parts for the military and stuff, military machinery, things like that. But that building no longer exists, and that was the Calvinator building. It was there from the 1800s till 1995, I believe, somewhere in there. Here with a brown fence around it, that is the house that my dad grew up and my grandparents lived in for many years. That's my dad's house. And right here, guys, is another filming location on Grandville Avenue, and this is where 50 Cent filmed a part of his movie, the movie Gone, with him and Val Kilmer. And this was his hangout in the movie, where he would hang out at cocktails. 50 Cent filmed a few movies here, but this is one of the scenes where he filmed at. And this is along Grandville Avenue also. And it's now also not too far if you turn this way from where they filmed a scene from 30 Minutes or Less, right by the 4-star gas station there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing my childhood neighborhood where I grew up in, Granville Avenue in Wyoming, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hope you guys liked this video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, guys. And I will see you guys in my next one. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.